Beth Jones has written a couple of books, Jesus CEO and Jesus Career Counselor. They've made me think. First, Jesus CEO. What does that really mean for Jesus to be the CEO of our lives? What does it mean when he comes into our days and he says, here's your assignment for the day, or here's the project I want you to work on all next year? What if he came to me and he said, Elisa, I really want you to love your husband better. Or, Elisa, what kind of grandmother are you? Or, Elisa, your neighbor needs you to invest in her life. Or, Elisa, you need to do a better job with Fulfill. Can you pray more before you start writing? Can you spend time in my lap letting me love you before you start telling other people how to have a relationship with me? When I think about Jesus as my CEO, that means he's the boss of me. How do I really allow him to boss me each day? What might Jesus be saying to you in this day, in this morning, in this afternoon, when you set out your to-do list? What might he put on it? How might he direct your strategic plan? How might he tally up your balanced scorecard? How might he say, sweet one, come to me and let me be your boss? This is Cherie Byington, and we're at Cornerstone Fellowship in Livermore, California. Cherie's in leadership here, and Cherie, help me understand how Jesus is your CEO. What does that mean to you?
Wow, for me, that Jesus is my CEO, it means that I report to him. He is the master of what I do here, especially at the church and with his believers. It means that I go to him first, that I trust in him completely, and that I know that he is relying on me to do exactly what he needs me to do here on earth.
With me is Wendy Hagan. And Wendy, help me understand how you view Jesus as your CEO.
Jesus as my CEO really means he's the boss. He's in charge of everything. All the ultimate decisions come to him. You bring everything to him. He's in charge of the company, and I'm the company. He's in charge of me.
With me is Brenda Salter McNeil, Dr. Brenda Salter McNeil. Brenda, you've just finished speaking, and you so blessed me. But you know what? Could you speak just for a minute to how do you view Jesus as your CEO?
Well, I can still remember when I read the book, Jesus as Your CEO, and following Jesus for me has been to say Jesus is in control. I've wanted to be the person who's decided what I do and how I do it, and I've had other people say, well, you're going to be going this way or doing that. Reconciliation wasn't something I chose, it chose me, and I think part of letting Jesus be the chief executive officer, the person who just directs the ministry, is that it's an adventure a bit. It takes me in directions that I'm not sure of. It keeps me on my toes, actually. I'm beginning to do some things globally that I might not have imagined, but it really means that Jesus calls the shots and that the organic growth of our ministry happens as we follow sensitively the leading of God in my life and in our organization's life.
Jesus as career counselor. That's an amazing role to consider. Imagine, he knows all about all of us, our spiritual gifts. He knows about our personality type. He knows about our role preferences. I mean, he knows where we fall on the Myers-Briggs, on the DISC profile. He knows where we are in the Strengths Finders. He has it down. He made us. He's well acquainted with us. Add to that the fact that he knows our resume before we've even tried to write it and make it all lined up and look professional. He knows where we have been successful, and he knows where we have failed miserably. He knows what training we've received and where we sorely need additional education. Jesus knows who we are, so when we sit down to look at our day, or we sit with unemployment and wonder how he could ever use us again, or we prayerfully go, oh dear God, how can you please bring in enough income for me to meet the needs in front of me? We can lean into him and trust that he is the divine career counselor. He's well acquainted with all of our ways. Today, as you consider, how might you best serve God? Lean into the lap of Jesus, the career counselor, and let him speak to you of all that he's invested in you, of all that he's allowed in you, of all that he's made you to be, and trust him not to waste one bit of it, but rather to use it in you, and then through you, in the lives of others.